Motorman here. I'm at Euro Cycles of Tampa Bay, and I'm about to take a BMW R1250 R for a test ride. And here's the motorcycle, the R1250 R. This is a naked motorcycle, meaning there's no fairing. This is the premium model, and that means it's got all the extras you can get from the factory, which is the better way of buying, of course, rather than adding it on after the sale. Fully loaded like this, these bikes are in the area of $21,000. This even has the GPS on it. And of course, that's the Boxster motor that BMW is famous for. And they've really come a long way. This bike is now putting out, I believe it's 136 horsepower. First thing I notice is the seat height it's a little high at 5'7", 30-inch inseam. I'm almost flat-footed, not quite, but almost. A lot of weight down low on these bikes because of the Boxster design of the motor. And whenever you, in these BMWs, this motor, whenever you give it a little throttle, you could feel the bike, it just jumps to the left just a little bit. I'm in road mode, by the way. There's several riding modes, and you can in fact tailor it any way you care to. Now, it's been a while since I've been on a BMW with the Boxster motor. Quite a few years, as a matter of fact. And I noticed it's a lot smoother than the last time I rode one. To give you an idea how many years ago it was I was on an 1100 RT or 1200 RT, I think it was, and they gave me one to take over to Daytona for Bike Week. And I remember after about an hour on the bike, started getting a little bit of vibration, or the vibration that was coming through the handlebars started getting to me just a little bit. This is way smoother. Oddly, BMW still doesn't have self-canceling turn signals. This premium model, it's equipped with a shift so that if you don't want to use the clutch, you get above 3,000 RPMs, you don't have to release the throttle, just pull that shifter up. Before this ride is over, I'm probably going to give that a try, but right now I'll stick to what I'm used to. Now, the riding position on this bike is slightly leaning forward. It's not a sports bike where you really have to get down and you start getting all that weight on your hands. That's what I don't like. On most sport bikes, I don't like that sort of race position. They'd be fine for the track, but for anything more than a 30-minute ride, it could get on your nerves. These bikes will rev to about 9,000 RPMs. And I'm gonna have to check on the weight. It certainly feels extremely light, as this type of bike should be. To give you an idea of what this type of bike, if you're not familiar with the naked bikes, they used to call these standards. Standard motorcycles. To me, back in 69, 70, Honda came out with the CP750, upright riding position, plenty of power. And now, of course, all these years later, naked bikes are taken to the extreme, you might say. In other words, this is a sport bike with a standard riding position. Lean angles, etc., are the same as any sport bike. I'm guessing this bike will do 45-degree lean angles quite easily. From what I understand, you get further than a 45-degree lean angle, you're going to lose traction, but you're not going to run out of lean angle due to the pegs, or if you have floorboards, or the floorboards running or hitting the ground. So most likely you're not going to find these bikes limits, or this type of bikes limits, out on the street. I mean, you could, but you're going to wind up losing your license, going to jail, or getting seriously killed to find a bike like this is lean limits. It is a 6-speed transmission, and let's see, it's 60 miles an hour. We're turning over probably 3,500 RPMs. I'm going to check the brakes on this. As usual, phenomenal brakes on a BMW. Now, this bike is reported to have 105 foot-pounds of torque at 5,000 RPMs. And I can tell you, it's got all kinds of power. You know, with a bike, I'm guessing this bike is somewhere around 500 pounds. With 140 horsepower, it flies. And as I said, I'm still in road mode, and that means the throttle response would be less than in the dynamic or sport modes. The gauges that you see here, by the way, clearly visible. Even with the sun shining on them, you can still read it quite easily. This bike has just about everything you could think of as far as modern electronics. And as I said, being the premium model, this has the GPS. And you might say, well, you know, $21,000 for a motorcycle like this, for a naked bike's a lot of money, and yeah, it is. But BMW is a premium brand. You get the best of everything. Right now, temperature in Florida probably be about 90 degrees, high humidity, and I do feel some heat coming up from the motor on the right side. I'm feeling it actually on my right calf. Traffic is almost back to normal here in the Tampa Bay area. I'm going to try and find some place where there's not quite as much traffic. Alright, I just tried that no clutch upshift. It works very well. Against my instincts to not use the clutch, but it was designed for that purpose, for maximum acceleration with the throttle wide open. Wow, this is a fast motorcycle. And plenty of torque. I'm going to put it in 6th gear right now. slow down to, let's see, we're 40 miles an hour, 39. Nope, it won't take that, but fifth gear for 39 miles an hour, no lugging, picks right up. But this bike isn't for somebody who likes to lug the bike around. This bike is all about speed. I'm really surprised at how there's almost no vibration coming through the hand grips. Riding position is very comfortable on this bike. I mean, I can lean forward a little bit if I want, or sit straight up. The leg position, my knees are bent a little bit. The pegs are directly under me, but so far it's quite comfortable. So if you're in the market for a really fine motorcycle, it's got all kinds of power and speed, excellent handling, and you like a premium bike, you got to take a look at this motorcycle. And as I said, it is a premium motorcycle. Yeah, you could buy sport bikes for a lot less, or sporting standards for a lot less, but they won't be a BMW, let's face it. As far as styling, you know, that's so subjective. I like the styling of this bike. The angularity of it is very pleasing to my eye. But if it were mine, I think the first thing I would do is take it up to the mountains, because that's where you could really enjoy this type of motorcycle. And you could do it in comfort, because as I said, the riding position is excellent. It's not a painful situation like you find on some sport bikes. It's fairly upright. Seat is very comfortable. And I wouldn't hesitate to take this bike on a long ride. Very few places here in this area, just this is the north end of Tampa, where you could push this bike. There's a lot better roads up in the area I live in, up in Pasco, Hernando County area. In fact, that's the best riding in Florida. From there up to Leesburg area, it's great riding. You'll find some nice winding roads and some hills. Unfortunately, they just don't have it anywhere near this dealership. And you know, I'm sure they don't want me to put a couple hundred miles on their motorcycle. By the way, this is a demo, and they have this bike marked down to $18,995. So if you want a bike with very low mileage, still got the warranty, and you want to save a bunch of money, the demo is the way to go. I hope you enjoyed this road test. Until next time, here's the Motorman signing out.